Hi everybody, we continue with Tikkunei Zohar. I'm from Tikkunei Zohar, Ma'alot HaSulam. I'm still in Tikkun 5, the same thing for Matok Midvash. It's just for Ma'alot HaSulam, which is by Rabbi Brandman, we are in Seif Mem, in Pasuk, in the verse 40. So we continue with the Havaya, the name of God, Yud Kevavke. Shu Menukah, the way we put the vowel below the letter, or in the middle, or above. Shva, Cholam v'Kamatz. Shva, Cholam v'Kamatz. Shva u nekudot gvura. We know Shva is the tudat, is gvura. Shu din. Kamatz rachamim. The Kamatz, which is a line and a dot, is rachamim, mercy. Besod HaKaduv v'Kamatz HaKohen shu chesed. Because we know that it's written that the Kohen will take in his hand, Kamatz mean hold it and make it smaller. It's called Kamatz, but the words after is Kohen. Kohen is Chesed. From here we learn that Kamatz is Chesed. V'em bet kavim small, shu Shva. So there is left column is Shva. Yemin is Kamatz. Besod HaKaduv b'yimino yesh dat lamun. Yemin u Chesed, esh hi gvura. Sod utiyot Shva. Besod HaKaduv be'esh Hashem nishpat. Be'esh Hashem nishpat. So you have in the word Shva, the tudat is the same letter as be'esh, in fire. So it's gvura, fire, burning. Okay? שמשם ניתנה התורה שהיא עמוד אמצעי תפארת שהיא נקודת חולם. So where does the Torah come from? Center column balance. חולם. 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 Again, the dot above the letter. So we have Kamatz. Okay? We have Shva. Then we have Cholam. When those three forces light together, because if you think about the letter themselves, the Hebrew letters doesn't have a personality without the nekudot, without the vowel, or without the ta'amim. How do you say the word? What kind of nigun, what kind of melody you say the words? They say, when three of those columns, three of those vowels are shining meaning coming to an existence, coming to full fruition. רמז הוא לסוד הכתוב, כי בי חשק ואפלתהו. There is pasuk that say that God is desiring us, but desiring us is חשק. חשק meaning desire or lust or passion. חשק is ח' for חולם, שין for שווה, קוף for קמץ. וסוד שם מבית ברשע, כי בי חשבון מבית. And this is connecting us to the 42 name of God, from the Anam Bekoach, of course. And if you took Ki B, it said that God want me. Ki is Kaf and Yud is together 20 and 10 is 20. And B, God is desiring me. B is Yud Bet is 12. So 12 plus 30, you have 42. 42 corresponding to the 42 names of God. חשבון מבית, רק באבותיך חשק השם, וסוד עין בית, בגופה מתגלה בחגת שנקראים אבות. And when it say, God only desire your ancient, or Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the fathers, okay? The ancient father. חשק means desire. It say that God only desire them. But חשק, or desire, חולם, שווה, קמץ. המתגלה בחגת שנקראים אבות, and it's revealed through the 72 name of God, which revealed in the body, which is Chagat, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet. So it's a very, very important to remember that. Now, מבחינה של א', if we take the letter א', שהוא סוד י' ו' י'. What is א' basically? י' in the top, ו' in the middle, י' in the bottom. This is the graphic sign of א'. דהיינו שי' התחתונה היא בקומה שווה לי' העליונה. So י', the lower י' and the upper י' the same. והיא א' שעולה בחשבון הוויה. And for that reason, if you break it down to י', ו' and י' is 10, 2 יודין is 20, ו' in the middle is 6, 26 is tetragrammaton, like the name of God, י' כו'. היה הקדוש ברוך הוא ושמו לבד בכתר, שהוא אין סוף ברוך הוא. So this is, when we talk about the Aleph, it's almost like the אין סוף, or the place that called E and his name are one, which is in Keter. What is Keter? אין סוף, endless. ברוך הוא לפני בריאת העולם, before the creation of this physical universe, עד שעלה במחשבתו לברוא את האדם, until the manifestation of this world was to create a human being. דהיינו בעולם התיקון. in the world of correction, וצורת י' שבראש איתג למעלה, אנו טעמים. So when we look at the yud in the aleph, the upper yud, is called like ta'amim. Ta'amim meaning like, how do we say the words, how is the melody of the word? So you can say shalom, or you can say shalom. Depends on the time, depends on what kind of music code, Hebrew, mystical, Kabbalistic music code you have on top of the letter. You cannot find the scroll. Two things you cannot find in the scroll: the nekudot, the vowel, and the ta'amim, and the music code for that word. But you can find the letter, and you can find the tagin. For that reason, the tagin, those antenna above the letters we studied before, are zeir anpin. The letter themselves are malchut. Chokhmah, ta'amim, bina, nekudot, tagin, zeir anpin, letter malchut. בצורת י' שבראש איתג למעלה דנו וי' שלמטה נקודה, כלומר שיש הפרד בין עליונה לי' תחתונה. There is a different, tell us Brandwein, between the yud above the aleph, because the aleph is going diagonal, so you have yud above and yud below. There's a big difference between the yud above and the yud below. The yud above is the ta'amim, the highest level. Pirush, now we're going to explanation. Brandwein will help us to understand it. Pirush, ג' מצבים ישנם על הנשמות. There's three situations that happen to the soul. א', הוא מציאות הנשמות בער אינסוף ברוך הוא. Is what is going on with the soul in the endless. Before it was manifest to physical universe, before it was manifest to human body. What happened there? So that's one understanding in the אינסוף. שהוא סוד המחשבה, we call that area מחשבה, the thought, the mind. הראשונה לברוא את הנשמות, which is the first concept of creating those souls. ולהיות כי אצלו יתברך המחשבה גוברת הכל. We know from the creative point of view, from the endless point of view, the thought is the beginning and the end in the same time. There is no time. We need to think, then we need to write it down, blueprint, then we manifest. But with the creator, the thought is the manifesting as well. כן הוא צריך לכלי מעשה, because the creator doesn't need a vehicle to create whatever he think about. ותכף יצאו ונתבו כל הנשמות העתידות להיברות מלאות בכל הטוב והעונג שחשב באדם. So automatically, in the endless, the thought of creation of the soul is already the creation of the soul, and then they've been manifest to a full capacity for all the goodness that the creator from the beginning want to give those souls, עם כל תכלית של מותם, with all the completion of what they're supposed to do, שהנשמות עתידות לקבל בגמר התיקון, with everything that that soul is supposed to receive in the end of the תיקון, הוא אבב, שרצון לקבל נשמות דפק להיות בהשפעת תורה בהשוואת הצורה הגבורה אלא מעצה להתברך. So, what happened? The desire to receive that was created in the endless is becoming exactly the same as the giving energy, because it was no different between giving and receiving. It was exactly equally the same, because the receiving is basically giving too. What was the soul or creator to receive for the sake of giving pleasure to the creator to give? מטעם כי אצל המעציל יתברך, because from the emanator point of view, the creator, from the endless point of view, העבר והעתיד וההווה משמשים כאחד. Past, future and present are exactly the same. There's no different. ואין עניין של זמן נוהג בו. There is no time that exists within the creator. ולכן ישנם אלה נשמות הגדולות באינסוף, ברוך הוא כל הצרותיו בהשוואת הצורה אל המעציל שבאמצעות דבקות, כמו שעתיד להיות בדבר התיאון. So the soul in the endless have no difference between the creator and the soul. Exactly what's supposed to be happening in the end of time. So we have in the beginning of creation, before creation of physical matter, the souls itself that are not physical matter will exist and equally to the creator the same. No different. They are the vessel, but the vessel in the endless were exactly the same as the light. So no different. הוא ושמו אחד. he and his them are one. So all of that happening in the endless supposed to be exactly what happened in the end of time. So in the end of time, what we call the end of the Tikkun, what's going to take a place, we're going to receive exactly the same amount of light that we meant to be receiving when in the endless. That's what you receive in the end of the Tikkun. So this is Matzav Aleph. This is the first stage of the soul. Stage number 2. מצב ב' ומצאותם בעולמות העליונים אחר הצמצום is what happened to the soul after the contraction, after the restriction, after the צמצום. For every person to read the צמצום in a different name. I use the word contraction because I feel that's the closest name to צמצום, as צמצום comes from the word in the camera, the shutter that decided how much light will go on the film. That shutter called in Hebrew צמצם. So what it does, it contracts. So he contracts the light, that's why it's called tzimtzum. So מצב הב', the second degree of that soul in the upper world, after the tzimtzum, מתלבשם בעולם הזה בגוף. And then they have to dress into a body. Those souls have to have a dress. What is the dress look like? Body. וניתן להם העבודה בתורה ומצוות. And they give us the Torah and מצוות. Why are we supposed to study Torah? Why are we supposed to teach? Why are we supposed to do מצוות? One reason. כדי להפך את הרצון לקבל את התקנון ובחינת הרצון להשפיע תחת רוח היצרן. Only through the Torah, only through the study of the Torah, and the doing of that mitzvot, 365 mitzvot that you should avoid, things that you shouldn't be doing, and 245 things that you should be doing with excitement, those 613 together, if you do it right, with the right kavanah, is changing your desire from being selfish to desire that I want to receive because I know how much the Creator want to give me. So it's all new arena. That's what happened after the tzimtzum. So again, before the tzimtzum, what happened in the endless? Second, after the tzimtzum, מצב ג', now the third level, וגמר התיקון. מצב ג', what happened in the end of time? When there is no more chaos, no more problem, של הנשמות, אחר תחיית המתים. That only takes place after immortality, after the resurrection of the dead. What is the resurrection of the dead? Of course, there's 1,000 opinions on that, and 1,000 explanations. They all agree about one thing, that eventually in the end of time, starting from the Mount of Olives, people will start to be resurrected from the grave. Which body will be resurrected if we talk about, let's say, 10 reincarnation? The body who did the best with that soul. Because the soul keeps going to different bodies. So one soul, 10 body, which body will be resurrected? The one body that did a good job with the soul, that the body will be resurrected. That's one aspect of immortality. Second aspect of immortality, when we will be in a time when Tchiyat HaMetim will take place, immortality will take place, and the resurrection of the dead take place, and people will still be alive. What happened there? Let's say a person loses the kidney, the next kidney start growing. The body will supply enough energy within the body to resurrect, because the body is connecting to an end. But once the person starts to work themselves not to connect to an end, and care and care and care for others, not just for themselves, then within the body DNA, you start having a rejuvenation of immortality. And because of this, if a person loses something, it will grow like your nails is growing, or like your hair is growing. Similar thing. So this is Gmar Tikkun. It's called the end of the Tikkun. אשר אחר תחיית המתים, after immortality, after resurrection, כאז יתהפך הצורה של קבלה ותשרה עליה צורה של השפעה, תורה. In the end of the time, all human beings will be able to receive only for the sake of giving pleasure to the giver, which is the divine, which is the creator, which is the endless light. ונאסוף ראיות לקבל כל הטובה נועם. Now you can receive all the goodness the Creator want to give you, because you don't think about yourself, so you don't create a separation between the giver and the receiver. שבשבט הבריאה שהיא אור אינסוף, ברוך הוא, שבמצב א', יהיו בהשוואת הצורה, בדבקות הצורה, בלי שום צורך לעבודה ולתיקון. So, the original form of what was the מחשבת הבריאה, what was the thought of the Creator, will be equal to what I want. So whatever the Creator want to give me will be exactly what I want. Not like now, that I want it because I don't have it. I want it because I want to receive it. But in the end of the Tikkun, I will want it because I know the Creator want to give it, and by me receiving it, I'm giving it pleasure to the Creator to give it. וזה אמרו. מסתרת האלף, now we're going back to the letter Aleph, look how beautiful it is. That's what they say, about the Aleph, which is Yud, Vav, and Yud. היינו מבחינת האלף שצורתה יוד וו יוד, שיוד התחתונה מהירה בחסדים. The lower Yud shine with the light of mercy, חסדים, כמו יוד הראשונה בקומה שווה, and they are equal, בלי שום שינוי צורה ביניהם, they are not different. זה צליק הוויה, כי כך הולך חשבון, האלף כוו, דהיינו הוויה, בסוד היה, הווה ויהיה. What do you mean הוויה? Even the name of God, Tachikametan, it's called הוויה. Now the word הוויה means existent. What is trying to tell you? Was, is, will be the same thing. הווה קודשא ברוך הוא ושמי לחוד. היינו במצב האלף כנף כמנת הוא, פירושו האור שבאין סוף ברוך הוא. מנת שמו פירושו מלכות איש הרצון לקבל. It's written in the end of time, his name will be one, and he and his name will be one. He related to the fulfillment of the Creator, his name related to the receiving of the light of the Creator. So it says that in the end of time, they all will be the same. The receiver and the giver will not be different. Now when you give charity to a poor, it's feel like you have and he doesn't. No. In the end of time, the receiver and the giver are equal, because the receiver said, I want to receive it just to give pleasure to you, because I know how much you want to give it. So, בכתרה הוא אין סוף ברור שנקרא בשם כתר, דנו במצב א', קודם בריאת העולמות שהוא מצב הנ"ל, כי אחר בריאת העולמות במצב ב', נולד תסתכל במחשבות בבריאת אדם, עולם הצילות שנקרא מה? בריאת האדם בשלם צורות של א', בשינוי צורה, מיוד העליונה, אל היוד התחתונה, ליוד האולטרזנט דסקן, ראש ד' שזאת טעמים, שזאת אבא ואמא עילאין, נתן נקודה, דהיינו ישראל סבא ותבונה, כן יש להם צורות א' בצורת י' ו' ד', מבחינת ד' רומז לגבורות, י' רומז לחדים, עין שאר הכוונות דורשי הפסח וכו'. So, what we're seeing here, the Aleph itself can be written in a different way. Normally it's Yud Vav Yud, but you can write it also Yud Vav Dalet. If it's Yud Vav Dalet, that means the Dalet is Dinim. Dalet from the word is Dala. Dala means poor, meaning Dinim. So, what is Rabbi Ramdan telling us here? When we are talking before the creation of the physical universe, Shuba Matzav Anal, that means is E and is never one. Then they are equal. The Yud and the Yud are equal. In the end of time, the Yud and the Yud will be equal also. The upper Yud in the Aleph and the lower Yud. כי אחר הבריאה, דהיינו מצב ב', then come the second situation, מצב ב'. What is the second situation? After צמצום. עד הסליג ועכשיו לברי אדם. When you create human. היינו עולם אצילות. What is to create human? The world of emanation. שנקרא מה? בגימטריה אדם. When we talk about Adam, the create Adam, you have the word Ma. Ma is Yud Ke Vav Ke that belong to the Eranpin, which is Yud Dalet A Aleph Vav A Aleph Vav Aleph Vav A Aleph. Gimatria numerology value of 45. 45 is the same numerology value as Adam. So if you take the 45, we know there is 52, 45, 63, and 72. It's the way you spell out the Yud Ke Vav Ke. I cannot go into the details right now. If you want to put it as a sign for the lecture for people to see the different, more than welcome. ישנם צורות של א' בשינוי צורה מיוד העליונה ליוד התחתונה. דהיינו בריש, יוד ברש, א', תגלה אלה, שזה טעמים, שזה אבא ואמא עילאין. ונתן נקודה, היינו ישראל סבא ותבונה, וכן ישנה צורת א'. So there is different א', as I said before. You can write א' יוד ו' יוד, you can write א' יוד ו' Dalet. Yud is the top part, the chupchik above the line of the Aleph, and then you can write Yud below, but you can also write it as Dalet, as we know from Passover. Depends how you write it. Because when in Passover, when you put the matzah and you relate to the word Elokim, so you need to know what meditation each matzah is. שבחינת ד' רומזת לגבורות, ויוד רומזת לחסדים. So the upper is mercy, and the lower ד' is גבורות. ובנקודות הבהירות באותיות נודעות כל הספירות. כי 9 נקודות. How many vowels you really put below the letter or in between the letter? קמץ, פתח, צרה עם ג' הראשונות. So קמץ, פתח, צרה is כתר, חוכמה, בינה. In the same order. סגול, שווה, חולם. סגול, שווה, חולם, חסד, גבורה, תפארת. Then you have חיריק, קובוץ, שורוק, אוקיי? חיריק קובוץ שורוק, אני קורא גם כן חיריק שורוק מלפום. מלפום is the dot that you put inside the letter. We call it נצח עוד יסוד. ומלכות שאין לה מגרמה כלום, אין לה נקודה. מלכות doesn't have a נקודה. So how many vowels there is in Hebrew? 9. It's amazing, right? There's only 9 נקודות. Not more than 9. Because מלכות doesn't have. ובהן בנקודות ישנם י"ד ניצוצות. Within those נקודות there is 14 spark. כי בקמץ חולם חיריק מלפום יש בכל אחד נקודה אחת וביחד 4 נקודות. If you take קמץ, חולם, חיריק and מלפום, there is one dot in everything. חיריק makes sense because it looks like one dot. מלפום makes sense because it's the dot inside the letter. Cholam makes sense because it's above, it's also one dot. How come kamatz? It's the dot below the line. That's what the kamatz is. So you have to be familiar with all those vowels. I cannot teach you the vowels. This is more for advanced students. So you got to study those dots. Everybody has one dot. So together you have 4 dots to those things. To קמץ חולם חיריק מלפום. 4 נקודות. בצירי 2, how much in צירי of בינה? 1 dot, 2 dot. how much שווה? 2 dot 2. סגול how many dot? 3, very good. שורוק, 3. So how many, if you count all those dots together, how many you got? 14. What is 14? ועליהם נאמר ובני ישראל יוצאים ביד רמה. When it's written that the Israelite, you know, when they left Egypt, they say they're getting out of Egypt biyad rama, with that elevated hand, which is meaning in Hebrew that they go with strength, with a lot of strength. So what does that mean? ואין יודעים נגד הפרקים של אצבעות הים, שם י"ד. How many joints you have in one hand? If you count how many joints, each finger has 3, so 4 times 3, what do you got? 12. The 5th finger has only 2. The thumb, how many is this? 2. What do you call it in Hebrew to this form? Yad. Yad mean hand. What is yad? Yud and dalet, 14. Now you know why you call it yad, because there is 14 joint in your yad. That's why those of you who study palm and face reading with me, and eventually I will complete the course for you soon, I'm teaching that the prakim, the joint, tell you a lot about the person, how the joint set in the hand. שהם יודלת. ושני ריקים, דהיינו בית קווים מושקבים לרוחב שם בנקודות, קו אחד מנקודת קמץ, ככה מנקודת פתח. Now if you take the פתח and קמץ, how many line you have in the vowel? You have only 2 lines. One is the קמץ, because קמץ go with line and נקודה, פתח go only with line. נגד שתי הקנים של הזרועות, וכל ניצוץ של הנקודות הוא פרק. והוא מידה מגבילה את האור. So every time you have 1 dot is 1 פרק, 1 value of a chapter. And every time that you have those lines, those are the שני הקנים של הזרועות. This is like the 2 arm. So what do you have? You have the 14 dot plus the 2 arm, קמץ ופתח. וכל ניצוץ של הנקודות הוא פרק והוא מידה מגבילה את האור. ובפרקים עושים תנועות. And that's how you make movement. So the letters themselves are like dead. Without the נקודות, without the vowel, there is actually nothing going on. וכן בנקודות שהן החיות שבאותיות, האותיות מתנענעות. It's almost like the letter would not move without the נקודות. The letter are the raw energy that needs something to activate it. ורקיע הוא אמה. קנה המידה, וקו המידה, דהיינו שיעור האור. So the whole measurement of how much light that there is there, okay? The whole amount is the firmament, is the rakia. Ta'amim, if we take the ta'amim, ta'amim meaning remember the music note, the Jewish, Kabbalistic, mystical Jewish note, and min keter the zeranpin. Where they come from? They come from the crown of the zeranpin, והם בראש של עמוד אמצעי, and they are in the head of the middle center column, which is zeranpin, ונקודות הם מן המוח שבחוכמה. So the נקודות, the vowels coming from the essence of the wisdom, of חוכמה. I think he talked about זרנפין, but he didn't say it. ואין ברכות על ראש צדיק, היינו מוחים דפנים, כמו שאתה אומר, ברכות לראש צדיק, והם ג' טיפות, שעושות ג' קווים ונשכים מן המוח, אל ברית מילה שהוא יסוד. So this is the energy coming all the way from the top, all the way to יסוד, which is the ברית מילה. אותיות שהן כלים, נמשכים מבחינת אימא העליונה. Where is the letter come from? The letter coming from the upper mother, which is בינה. שהיא בינה, ואין זין תחתונות דבינה. What is the letter? Is the lower 7 ספירות of בינה is the letter. So again, טעמים, coming from the keter, the טעמים, again, the music note, the נקודות, the vowels, coming from חוכמה, and the letter coming from זין תחתונות of בינה, the Hebrew letter. המלובשות בזכר ונקבה, כי גר דבינה אין תגין. So because the keter חוכמה בינה of בינה is the tagin, is the antenna. So keter חוכמה בינה is those antenna above the letter called tagin. The 7 תחתונות, the lower 7 of בינה is the Hebrew letter. וכולם טעמים, נקודות ואותיות נכללים במלכות. And all of it include within מלכות. I'm going to continue because I want to finish this part. ונקודות מהירות לתוך האותיות and those letters shining within those נקודות, those vowels, shining within the letters, כמו שהנשמה מאירה לגוף, like the soul shining the body, because the soul without, a body without the soul is not alive, it's dead. כי הגוף הוא כסוס לרוכב. The body is like a horse to ride on. So the soul is riding on the body, like the letter riding on the vowel. ואותיות הן פתוחות על הנקודות לקבל אותם. So the letter open to receive the נקודות. ולהם נאמר וכנפיהם פרודות למעלה, and this is the prophet of Ezekiel, that it say that their wings are open above, לקבל עליהם את הנקודות, to receive those vowels, והנקודות דהיינו מלכות. And those נקודות that we related to מלכות, המאירה בהארת החוכמה, because only מלכות can shine in the light of wisdom, is because it's a בחינה ד', because it's a fourth phase. וקראת בכל מקום בת קול, כי זעיר אנפין נקרא קול, ומלכות נקראת בת קול, because the voice is זעיר אנפין. בת קול, the daughter of the voice, what we call בת קול מן השמיים, a sound of voice come from heaven, it's called בת קול, the daughter of the voice, kind of a weird name, it's related to מלכות. על ידי זה שחוכמה שלה מלבשת חסדים, when we take the essence of the lat kol חוכמה, and we dress it with חסדים, calling mercy, then it's manifest. וטעמים הם כלי מלחמה. What is the code, the music code of the Kabbalistic note for the letter is the weapon. להעמיד את הסדרה אחת, to kill the dark side, ולהמשיך החיים שהמוכרים לזכר ולקבע ולישראל. And that way, we're drawing enough light for the Israelite and for whoever hear the Torah with the טעמים. סימן של אות רפה הוא למעלה מן האותיות. Sometimes you have a certain letter which is called רפה. Try to explain רפה. It's almost like you not pronounce it. Am I right? Is that רפה? רפה meaning you not, like if you say ראשון, so you don't, what do you say?
Loosely pronounced.
Loosely letter Debbie is teaching me. היינו קו מושכב לרוחב הרומז לחסדים, ועליו נאמר ודמות על ראשי החיה. It's almost like a line that telling you רוחב, you know, that you're not pronouncing it strong, you're not emphasize that letter strong. So this is from Ezekiel prophet as well. ודמות על ראשי החיה רקיע כן הקרח הנורא. It says that the image of that creature is like the terrible eyes. But again, those are all code from Ezekiel. נטו על ראשי מלמעלה above their head, וזהו רפה. נטו על ראשי החיות שהם דלת אותיות הוויה ודאי. So when it say it's above the animals, or the creature above their head, is related to the name of God, Avaya. כי אריה הוא סוד יוד, because if you take Avaya, we take the Tetragrammaton, and you take כי אריה, lion, הוא סוד יוד משם Avaya. A lion is the yud from yud kevavke. שור הוא סוד A ראשונה, bull is, because they mentioned that, lion, eagle, bull, human, if you read Ezekiel. So the yud is connect to the lion, the A, the first A relate to the bull, Vav, the letter Vav relate to the eagle, the A is Adam. Now you know why Ezekiel talk about those things. בסימן של דגש הוא בפנים האותיות, כן זה י' כו' באותיות דגושות. When you מדגיש, when you emphasize the letter, then you have to put a dot in the letter. ורפה הוא מבחוץ. When you tell that this letter is not emphasized, it will go outside. אותיות, והם כמטר ורסל, האותיות, it's similar to riding an horse, that you can put things above the horse, are you riding, and you put things inside the mouth of the horse. It's called a resen. How do you say the thing in the mouth of the horse? We call it resen in Hebrew. Anyway, but if we look at the horse like it is a letter, so you have above the horse, above the letter, and inside the mouth of the horse, it's different. שהעירו בסדר של קו אמצעי שחוכמה תאיר מלמטה למעלה, so you try to create balance within the letter, when the חוכמה will shine from below to above, because normally the light of wisdom come from above to below, that's create darkness. וחסדים מלמעלה למטה, and you want to activate the mercy to go from above to below, ובהם סוד הכתוב, החיות רצו ושוב, רצו בדגש ושוב ורפא. It's to telling you how you read the letters. A lot of people think Ezekiel is about the actual physical thing that take a place, but it's not so. פירוש, כי מקרא זה, נאמר, בעת שהחיות מקבלים מהערת הזיווג של זכר ונקבה דאצילות. When the animal is receiving light from the connection between the male and the female of אצילות, of emanation, אז הכולל שלהם הוא בסוד רצו ושוב, שהאמינו מבחינת ו' קצוות בלי ראש, היינו חסדים לחוכמה, ובסוד רצו אל השמאל, לקבל ממנו מבחינת חוכמה. What happened? I can't repeat it 1,000 times, I will repeat it just shortly. Right column and left column. Before tzimtzum, the left column has more light, but you cannot see it because it's dark. So what we have to do, remove the gimel rishonot of the left column, so it can be united with the right column, and then we create center column. But in the beginning, what happened? You have only chasadim without wisdom. Chasadim without wisdom is the light of mercy, not strong. Wisdom, strong light, but not exist. It's darkness. So what happened? It says that achayot ratzov vashov, they're going back and forth. What does that mean, back and forth? That the chasadim are looking to the wisdom, the mercy looking to wisdom to receive the energy. שנקודת דגש רומז להמשכת החוכמה לתוך האותיות של הכלים. When we emphasize the letter, meaning that we're drawing a lot of wisdom into the letter, ושוב, וזאת חזרת הימין אחרי שנקרא בשמאל וקיבלו בחינת דגר משם. And when we have a different letter than emphasize the letter, that's when we have light of mercy there. הוא שב לקרוא לימין וחוזר לחסדים, שאז בכל השלמות בתקופת מתק ורסן. So it's almost like what we put inside the ors, that you put inside the mouth of the ors, that you can control. It's called a resen. So the same thing in the Hebrew letter, you can put sometimes nekuda in the middle of the letter, that's in the middle of the ors, to control it. שהרוכב מחזיק בהם את הסוס, ומריצו לפי רצונו של הרוכב ולפי הכיוון שנותן לו. Based on the resen, based on those muscles, this is how you maintain the ors. You're holding the reins, but the reins go all the way to the mouth of the ors, and then going left and right. The same thing, the nekudot. So you have nekudot coming from the light of wisdom, and you have nekudot that coming from the light of mercy. That's it for today. Next time, hopefully we can start Tikkun Vav. Thank you.